Hey guys, it's Karie Carico with Karie Carico Real Estate, Keller Williams Realty Elite. And today we are talking about a question that is often asked of me by sellers when I list their homes, especially in this market. The question is, what if I get an offer over the asking price and it doesn't appraise? That is a question that's asked a lot. In the seller's market, there are so many different strategies that we use to handle appraisals and if a home doesn't appraise or what it appraises for. And we have so many strategies that we're like already 10 feet down the road thinking about what we will do if X happens or Y happens or whatever happens. So we're prepared so we can handle this and still net you guys the most amount of money. One strategy we use is in a seller's market, and it's very common, is an appraisal addendum. And on that appraisal addendum, it literally states that the buyer will pay so much over the appraised price. This may not get you to the asking price that was originally on the contract, but it'll definitely net you more money if that was to actually occur. Typically it doesn't occur, but once in a while you'll have an appraisal that'll be off and doesn't occur correctly, and you will have to use that appraisal addendum. One strategy that we use as a listing agent is to create the most activity we can on your listing when we sell it. And what that does is it puts us in a position to negotiate certain terms that help navigate through appraisals. With more activity on your home when we list it, it creates a buyer's frenzy. It creates multiple offers, which in turn helps you net the most profit and in turn negotiate different terms, such as an appraisal addendum and or a longer closing period, or maybe no repairs. But the appraisal addendum really comes into play, and it's a really beneficial item for a seller to actually be able to negotiate with the buyers. And on that appraisal addendum, what it really does is it allows, if the home doesn't appraise, it allows the buyer to pay a certain amount over the appraised price, which helps the seller, again, net and keep as much money in their pocket as they can. There is a lot of factors that come into play if we can actually get an appraisal addendum, if it makes sense. And some of the factors are, is the house priced well? Is it overpriced? Is the home in good condition? Does it have the activity and the amount of buyers that are interested in the home? So all those kind of come into play when we're talking about an appraisal addendum, or if it makes sense to actually create the possibility and achieve the ability to receive an appraisal addendum. Really, there's so many different factors that go into it, and you kind of have to put all those factors together, like the correct listing price, a good condition of a home, a popular home that many buyers want, and the amount of activity that you drive to the home in the marketing. All of those need to come together and perfectly, mesh together to really create the opportunity to have an appraisal addendum. The appraisal addendum will give the seller peace of mind and really help the seller net the most possible money that you possibly can make in a seller's market. Last thing about an appraisal addendum, that in North Carolina especially, we have a due diligence period and also a due diligence fee. A buyer in North Carolina can back out for any reason or no reason at all during that period. One of the normal ways to handle if a home does not appraise is really to have the seller and buyer come back to the negotiation table and really look at what they really need to do to make this deal work. A common thing is either they're going to agree that the buyer pay the difference of the appraisal if they have the cash on hand, or that the seller would come down to the appraised price, or the seller and the buyer just meet in the middle. Thanks, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, text, email, or call me. Thanks.